All right, so this is Graham standing here with.
Scotty Slade.
And so what's been your experience with wrestling injuries over the course of your career?
Well, as far as me personally, I've cracked 3 ribs in my lower back. I've dislocated both my thumbs. I've torn my rotator cuff. Other than that, though, I consider myself pretty lucky. No career-ending injuries.
So when something like that happens, I mean, regardless of what it is, what's the first thing that goes through your mind?
I hope it's not worse than it is. Every morning, like tomorrow morning, I'm going to be in pain. It's just how it's going to be. So we're in pain constantly. So the level of when should I go to the doc? There's no rhyme or reason. We're out every weekend. At least with when I cracked my ribs, I couldn't breathe. When I tried to lay down at night, it was just insufferable. And so I finally decided, whatever, I'll get an X-ray. A lot of guys on the indies just don't go to the docs. It's just, if you wake up, you're in pain, that's normal life.
So is your first instinct I have to continue the match, or is it I got to put my health first?
No, it's always just get through the match. Granted, if I get slammed and suddenly I can't feel my toes, yeah, sure, we'll talk about getting out of the match. But no, I cracked my ribs mid-match, and it just felt like a bad bump. All I was worried about was getting through the match.
So when you suffer an injury like that, obviously you're thinking of your career first, when I can wrestle my next match. Does it ever affect the other side of your life, your personal life, when you go home to family and friends and stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people that don't understand wrestling, and your family's always going to be the first ones. They're going to ask you, why do you keep doing it? Maybe you should take time off. And then when you tell them, no, I've got a show in 2 weeks. It's pretty big. I got to get in there regardless of the condition of my ribs. It's what divides a lot of, friends, family, stuff like that. So it's not easy.
Is there anyone that understands that? When you tell them, I have a show in 2 weeks?
The only thing I could say is if there's anybody in your life that understands, what chasing a dream's like, or even just, anybody that's real passionate about something, you get that understanding, you just got to go out there. But for the most part, no. If you don't like wrestling, it is so hard to try to convince somebody what it's like. It's oh, what, are you going to wrestle in front of 500 people? Yeah, that's what I want to do.
So at the same time, too, is wrestling your full-time job, or do you have a job outside of this as well?
Oh, no, I have a job outside. Don't get me wrong, wrestling's decent when it comes to money, but it's not everything. It's not mortgage payments, absolutely not, no.
So that's, on that same note as well, when you get injured, does it affect that side of your life as well when you go to work the next day or on Monday?
I've been very fortunate that I work at a hospital, so this way, I've got a suit and tie job. So during the day I'm helping out the old ladies, and then at night I'm calling them sloppy broads. So it works out in the end. Other guys though that I've known that work, manual labor jobs, yeah, when they get injured, everything goes on halt. Sometimes it ruins their lives. So it's feast or famine.
So at the same time, final question for you. When you go into work, on Monday, you're working at a hospital. Do those people know your alter ego, as Scotty Slade, or is it just completely like a Batman Clark Kent kind of thing?
No, they know I wrestle, but they don't understand wrestling. I'll come in, they're like, "Oh, did you win?" Yeah, I won. It was great. It was awesome. And thank you, sir. But for the most part, they're not fans. They're just kind of yeah, he plays a superhero on the weekends.
So basically, when they ask you if you won, you just say, yeah, because I just get paid. That's all that really, at the end of the day.
Yeah, I tell them I never lose. I tell them every weekend. Yeah, I won every single time. I got 27 titles across the country, and they don't, yeah. It's
as long as you're doing what you love, that's really all that matters.
That's all that matters at the end of the day. So.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.